Bomb Rush has come such a long way. From JSR's spiritual successor to... I don't even know. You get the point. Once again, Bomb Rush showcases just how far a community can take a game. The mods range from basic quality of life to cosmetics to gameplay overhauls and different mechanics to entire multiplayer foundations being built. And multiplayer just opens up a wide variety of new things to be made, like different modes, matchmaking systems, maps to accommodate for that. It's crazy. Every time I feel like we're hitting a ceiling with where this game is, or if there's nowhere to go from here, some insane idea just gets cooked up. Last time I talked about entry-level tech with gooning, I talked about the free soul Discord server, I talked about a little bit of mods here and there, but that was 9 months ago, and honestly it feels like an entirely different game now. Forget everything you know about Bomb Rush, just throw it out of the window, because we're about to go on a bit of a deep dive into the new stuff in this game. This is honestly the future of Bomb Rush. And naturally, when it comes to Bomb Rush modding, we have to start at Movement Plus. You know, made by the GOAT Yurilude, adds a bunch of different mechanics to the movement, tweaks physics, tweaks multipliers. You can go into the config and edit it yourself. Movement Plus is amazing, and 9 times out of 10 if you play Bomb Rush, you already know about Movement Plus, so I'm not gonna re-explain it to you. What I will talk about though is Movement Plus 2.9. And honestly, what better person to explain it than the Goon Instructor?
You can double jump now. Press jump in midair while not moving in any direction to perform a double jump. This ability is used in place of your air dash, so you can interchange them. It also scales with your speed. Higher speed, you will have a slightly higher double jump. Your manual button is now equipped with a fast fall when pressed midair. With the 2.9 update, fast fall no longer checks if you are falling, meaning you can fast fall instantly, anytime, as long as you're in the air. Pretty cool. If you air dash or double jump after doing a fast fall, it will refresh your fast fall so you can do another one. A railgoon is when you boost into the start of a grind to get a surge in speed. To railgoon, jump and line yourself up with the entry point and press boost as you collide with it. Railgoons can be done at any grind vertex, not just endpoints, so you can fast fall onto any point where grinds intersect and press boost when you collide with the grind to hit a railgoon. Understand these 3 things and you'll be well on your way to getting good. Time to go surfing. Yup, surfing in BRC. To surf, hold manual when colliding with a non-stable surface, meaning a surface your character can't stand on. The entire structure of Pyramid Island's perimeter is perfect for testing this out. Any surf can combo into a wave jump. To do a wave jump, trick during a surf and then mash out of it like a butt slap before the animation ends. Wave jumping at high speeds gives you insane height, like many other things in this game, so use it wisely. Newly added in 2.9 is the vert tech. Press jump to end your vert state after launching from a vanilla vert. From here, you can boost or boost trick to kickstart your momentum again. Oh yeah, by the way, we got rail reversals now. To do a rail reversal, press manual and boost at the same time while on a rail, then hold back to trigger a seamless retour. Just look at how smooth that is. I've saved the best for last. My personal favorite Movement Plus 2.9 feature, the Boost Trick Refresh. Here's the breakdown. You can now boost in midair, then do a boost trick, and it will refresh your midair boost so you can do it a second time. In addition to refreshing your boost, you also get another air dash and fast fall, meaning you can midair boost, double jump, refresh, midair boost again, double jump again, and then you still got your fast fall. With all this, your air maneuverability increases significantly. You're no longer limited to one boost trick. Do as many as you like and it won't use up your mid-air boost. Once you get used to the sequencing, the reward is an impressive depth of dynamic aerial mobility. That pretty much covers all the main things you need to know going into this Movement Plus update. There's a lot more depth to this movement system still. I'll make more tutorials in the future, but for now, enjoy the fruit of Yuri Lud's passion.
Pretty crazy, huh? And it's funny because these aren't even all the mechanics, but you can find more tutorials on Captain Flippy64's channel, or you can head to the Free Soul Discord server and get more in-depth explanations of the mechanics. And if you're completely new to Bomb Rush, this is what vanilla looks like in comparison to Movement Plus 2.9. And if you like the pace of vanilla Bomb Rush, but you want the added tweaks and mechanics of Movement Plus, there is a preset for that as well. But honestly, this is just the tip of the iceberg, dog. And Movement Plus ends up being the foundation, because All City Network perfectly ties everything together. And if you remember the previous multiplayer mod, then your mind is gonna be blown because there's so many stability fixes, so much QOL, it's actually crazy. For starters, one of the first things that I peeped when I hopped on is that there's now a multiplayer menu built in. And from here you can create lobbies, invite players to lobbies, view stages vanilla or modded, spectate players, go AFK, stop going AFK, go to move styles and switch between them, or switch your skin between them, and there's built-in skins to multiplayer now. We now have a mini-map that always stays on the screen so you don't have to look at your phone, and there's a player count on top of the mini-map. There's a built-in chat system now so you don't have to get a separate mod for it like before. No more lagging or frame drops due to server capacity. It streamlines a lot of stuff and cuts down on the amount of mods that you have to install because it packages a bunch of things into one. Now all that stuff sounds cool and convenient, right? But none of those things are the best feature that this mod has to offer. If you've been playing modded Bomb Rush for a while, you probably know about score battling. You know, this mod has score battling and it also has Pro Skater score battling, really cool. But it also adds this super cool new mode, and I feel like this entire community and game in general is about to be reshaped around it. Because at the end of the day, with Bomb Rush modding and Movement Plus, it just seems like people are competing to get the best clip, but there's never really an intuitive gameplay focus around it. You know, a mode, maybe a ranking system, some competitive side to it. Because a lot of the reservations that people do have about Movement Plus and all these added things to Bomb Rush is the fact that it kind of takes away from the core gameplay identity of Bomb Rush. Because the story of Bomb Rush is kind of centered around competition at the end of the day, you know, who can become All City. Well, this mode perfectly encapsulates that. Allow me to introduce you to graffiti races. And it might not seem like much at first glance, but when I tell you this skill ceiling is reaching Smash Bros. Melee levels of optimization, I mean that in the literal sense. The concept of it is simple enough, right? You spawn in, there's various places around the map that are just tagged with spots for you to graffiti, and you have to hit every single spot before your opponent. There are different tweaks you can do to the mode, like you can set a specific spawn point, you can change the amount of graffiti tags that you have to hit. There's a mode where you can play on teams, it's super cool. And you can have a lot of fun playing on vanilla as well. But my name is Cannon and that's not what I'm here to talk about. Movement Plus 2.9 was made with graffiti races in mind, and it changes your perspective of the entire game. Dog, it literally pushes the limits of the human mind. I've spent hours and hours and hours and hours on Bomb Rush, optimizing my routing, getting a grasp of the mechanics of Movement Plus, even playing builds of Movement Plus before the builds even come out. I've spent hours memorizing map layout, everything, you name it, just to dive in graffiti race and get skill gapped all over again. If there's one thing I can say about the Bomb Rush community, they are cracked at the game and they get cracked very fast. The very first time you load into a graffiti race lobby, 9 times out of 10, you're probably gonna look around and be like, okay, I have to tag these spots. Let me go to one spot, to the next, to the next. Then you realize you only have 2 spots tagged and the game just ended within 10 seconds. In a match where you have to tag 15 spots. What do you mean they're tagging 2 spots in less than a second? And then even the best players are tagging 3 or 4 spots in less than 2 seconds. And it's not like there's one specific method to the madness. No, you need a grasp on literally every mechanic. You're utilizing everything. And no 2 races are the same. And 9 times out of 10, if you get beaten by somebody, they're probably using an entirely different method than you are. It gets wicked. And the few seconds you get before a race starts pretty much gives you enough time to scope out where all the graffiti spots are and visualize the routing that you want to take, because your routing is the key. I have friends that are absolutely cracked at Bomb Rush, thousands of hours in the game, a complete handle over movement plus, and I've seen them lose races purely due to routing. You can speed blitz through the map, right? Get a handful of graffiti spots and then realize your last spot is completely across the map and the other person got there first just because the routing is better. Honestly, more often than not, you will find yourself slowing down. Whether it's because you're trying to efficiently chain spray or if it's just a complex area that you might want to slow down for, the main reason that you're probably going to want to slow down your gameplay is just because of the execution. Because yes, you can get to a certain area fast by inputting very fast, but if you get sloppy on your timing, it might carry over to your next chain of moves. But it's still funny though, because all of this advice, depending on how you play, won't even matter. Because while there is routing and tips when inputting certain tech that could help you get started, right, and learn the fundamentals, the skill ceiling really kind of would throw all of that out of the window if you want to play at the absolute best level. And I'm not saying that to say that you should jump the gun and just try to completely go all in and developing your own style fresh out of the gate. I'm saying that to say that it is definitely possible, because we haven't even factored in high-speed graffiti races, and we haven't seen somebody winning with a clean line attempting that method. It's just a bunch of theory crafting you can get into. But you see what I mean though, right? Like, I would consider myself above average in terms of bomb rush skill. Every time I get back on the game, I de-rust super fast and I always learn something new. But bro, I've done 400 graffiti races and I've only won 4. And it's not like you need to be a seasoned bomb rush vet to get good. I've seen people play Bomb Rush for the first time. I get back on 2 weeks later, they're better than me at graffiti racing. What happened? And it's not like it's stopping here. I mean, there are talks of adding in a matchmaking system, a ranked mode, maybe betting like Salty Bet. Imagine Salty Bet graffiti races. I mean, I've even heard that there's a graffiti race tournament coming up pretty soon. So like, you have plenty of time to go download Bomb Rush, download this mod, and get cracked. And even if you don't want a graffiti race, there's a bunch of community events where you could just chill out. But I do highly recommend you get into graffiti races though. I mean, there are even plans of making new custom maps with graffiti racing in mind, and when that happens, when those drop, is gonna be crazy, or crazier, because this is already insane. And the only thing you need to get all of these mods is just R2 Modman or Thunderstore. I recommend you use R2 Modman, but Thunderstore is usable. And of course, there's a bunch of other mods that you can get to, you know, cosmetic mods, map mods, mods for your skateboard, mods that add an entirely different vehicle, and really cool mods that are a pain to set up that change your animation. If you were still on the fence about getting Bomb Rush on PC, there's no better time to get it than now, because there's huge stuff planned that I can't even talk about. When Lazy finishes that haptics mod, absolute cinema. But in all seriousness, there's huge stuff planned. Join the Free Soul Discord server. That's where all of this stuff sparks off. I'm not asking, I'm telling. Even if you don't want to do like community events, like there's still a bunch of news pings, and there's so many mod resources in the server. There's channels with a bunch of cosmetic mods. If you run into an error and you need to ask them something or troubleshoot, they're not like every other server that makes you feel like an idiot just for running into an error. All around good vibes. If you're not in Free Soul, you're missing out. And if you don't have Bomb Rush, what are you doing? Bro, get out there and start gooning, bro. Start gooning. Anyways, how about we double it up? I know a lot of y'all missed the music section. Bro, I told you I was gonna bring it back. I just needed a moment to take some time with these artists. And I was also busy with making some music myself. Link in the description, shameless plug. But that's enough yapping, let's get straight into it. And first off, I got one that's really, really good. A real gem. I doubt anyone has heard this band, but if you have, you are goated. First off, we got CPU Buddha, and oh my god, the experimentation. It's insane. The only thing they have out right now is a self-titled EP, and honestly, I don't even know if they're gonna drop other music. I highly recommend you just download this now. The first song off of this is like Doomslayer's Crucible straight through your stomach. It starts off with this amazing sample with these distorted D&B drums, and they were so distorted to the point where I kind of just thought it was gonna like lean into breakcore. only for it to not do that and then turn into something else entirely. Instead of the aggressiveness, like being the thing that stands out, is this softness. And I feel like that's kind of intentional. And then we get to the third track and all of that is out of the window. I swear, listening to this is like if Serial Experiments Lane took place in Ghost in the Shell. Nah, this is like if Black Lagoon took place in Akira. This is like, you get the point. And then the next song that we have on this wait, there's no way. They dropped literally while I was recording this. It'll be yesterday for y'all, but it just dropped like today, like a minute and 30 seconds ago. May 9th, 2025. The last time they dropped was July of 2024. So this was crazy. Okay, I guess mid video break. I'll be right back. Bro, that may have been better than the first EP. No, like actually, what did I listen to? I'm gonna play a snippet real quick. I hope this doesn't get claimed, but yeah. Blood vessels turned thin, heart is constricted. Yo, much strength with it, smell the funky scent. Instincts go kicking, kill my impartial kin. My code, my life was built, I with that, I think we'll just move on to the next artist. Yeah, CPU Buddha, go listen to their music now. Like, you won't find anything else like this. Next up, we got a special one. We got Jane Remover. Now, she has a little bit of motion, but, you know, I want to glaze anyway. I've been listening to her for a break. I got into her music back when she used to make a lot of shoegaze, but she has done production for a lot of people in the underground that you wouldn't even know. And her new album, Revenge Seekers, is probably my favorite album from her yet. The lead single, it's crack, bro. The production is definitely what stands out with this one, but the lyrics are also really good. I really wish she would do another project breakdown, because how do you get your crashes to sound like this? And having the TTS JR sample fit perfectly into the hi-hat pattern, it's crazy. And that melody combined with the way the bass just constantly hits your right side, it's insane. And with how many crashes and like breakdowns the beat has, you'd think that there probably wouldn't be a proper huge drop, and then you get midway through the song and you get completely proven wrong. And I would love to show you, but the YouTube overlords have told me otherwise, so you'll have to go listen to it for yourself or take my word for it. And next up, we have Psycho Boost featuring Danny Brown. Danny Brown was actually really good on this song. Usually, I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of Danny Brown features, but he fit perfectly with this one. The song definitely starts off with that rave type of vibe. The backing vocals are really good. It kind of brings that techno side into it. This is like a song that I think I'd see on Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. I don't know why I said that, but you know what I mean, right? I like that she lets the beat ride, and then when it gets to like the build up into the break, that's when the vocals really start coming on. And the second half is even better than the first half. Like, I can't express enough how impressed I am with how Danny Brown did on this song, and Jane matched his energy. The album is just super consistent. Every track has heavy production. The vocals are really good. I mean, there's a lot of experimentation in this. Experimental Skin and Angels in Camo are contenders for my favorite songs off this project, along with the ones that I already mentioned. But I can only give recommendations. You still gotta listen to it for yourself, bro. Revenge Seekers by Jane Remover. Go peep. And I think that about wraps everything up. As always, the official Cannon Core Discord server link is in the description, along with the Free Soul server. Don't forget, we must goon. But no, seriously, if you don't have Bomb Rush yet and you're watching this, what are you doing? Go get it. Why are you still on this video? Go.
Up in here with my tool, they can find you in the ditch, yeah. Straight for high